Oh,
Hello.
say hello.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's gorgeous. Is it he
Thank
or
you. It's a girl. Her name is Luna.
Oh, this is Ralph.
Aw, cute babies.
Yeah, he's lovely, he is. So how are you anyway?
All good. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's the second time we've had an opportunity to talk. Um, since we last talked, the band has been smashing it out of the park. You've been doing really, really well.
You.
Um, how um, how good has it been for you in 2023 and now going into 2024?
Well, a lot has changed in 2023 when it comes to Infected Rain. And something really major happened, which changed many things. We had a change of a lineup, which was, um, it was long coming on both sides, on both parties, and just putting it away somehow was put us mode of I don't know, going up instead of be like motivated and creative enough. I'm creative of before as well, but not quite as much as I felt when we did this big change, and life moves on, and I guess life put things on its shelf by itself, and the change happened, and now Infected Rain is um, two women and two men, and it's four of us, and the balance and the energy and the atmosphere in the band is very inspiring, and it's very fresh and new to us. So I guess that is definitely played a big role in the how we feel. Now, we also had a very productive year. We did around 100 shows, Europe and United States, very long tours, and we've met new people, we've discovered new fans, and it's nice, it's good. Not everything was going nice and smooth. We had our own difficulties on tour, but it's the risk that musicians take often on the road, and but other than that, we stayed creative. We recorded the new album, and it's coming out on February 9th. It's our sixth album. Can't
Wow.
even believe so.
Yeah, I to be honest, I didn't know that it was going to be your sixth album. That's amazing
We
to be going.
stayed
Uh,
very active.
Absolutely brilliant. Talking about the new album Time, like you say, is coming out between the early and mid February. Can you tell me a bit about the album? Is this something which we can expect to be something which we've come to expect from Infected Rain, or is it anything with a bit of a change?
Well, I would say that Time is not probably, and I say that actually about every single album in the moment when the album comes out, because it's true. First of all, we have to always remember that every new album of the band is their most mature work. And when I
Yeah.
say that, I necessarily mean something specific, a specific type of maturity in one specific direction. I'm saying in general, time passes. Are hopefully becoming better versions of ourselves. We are hopefully becoming better at our jobs. We are hopefully becoming more aware of our surroundings. And this is what Time is. And this is what every single new album is from every single band. Besides being something else as well, where there is like a specific theme or specific energy that the artist is trying to deliver. Now, with this album, we probably for the first time have an album that has a very big, a very important and big, how to say, theme. Theme is the best word I can say.
Yeah.
Almost throughout the entire album, which is time. It's just like the name of the album. We didn't try to be too creative and hide somehow the word time, because literally it's something that everybody knows, right?
Yeah.
What is time? If you think about it, it's something we all have in common. Time is the only thing that doesn't make us different in like a social rank or whatever. You know, we don't know how much time we have. No one knows, because we don't know the future. But we all, today, right now, we have this day, this time, and it's up to us what we do with it, you know? And that is given equally to everybody. 24 hours is the day, and this is the time you have. What are you gonna do today, right now? You know, I'm not talking about big future plans, because as I said, we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. And theme, the time theme, it's present a lot in certain songs, and in other songs it's slightly hidden, but I assure you it's still there, because obviously that are about different things. You know, love songs, we have like more globally, you know, social themes, and we have a different thing completely, and about like, you know, friendship and different stuff. But eventually it will somehow bring you to the same theme, which is essentially, and I can't really speak more about like what to expect and what this is going to be. We already released a lot of music. It's 4 music videos, and next month we release our 5th music video for a song from this album, and then we will release another one based on the music videos, based on the early releases of a band. I feel like you can get a little taste of how the album is going to be. So give or take, if you get, you know, interested and curious of what this is going to be like, check out the stuff that we already released. I think it will give you a good understanding about, you know, what we are going for here.
It's an album which I can't wait to listen to. I've been checking my emails from the label to see if they've sent because I get an opportunity to review albums, and I've been checking and checking and checking all the way.
I didn't get it. So sorry.
I've not had it yet, but I will expect it to arrive possibly in the next week. But I was hoping to get an opportunity to listen to it before this interview, but it is definitely something I'm looking forward to.
Thank you. Thank you.
2024. Now, I live in the UK, and we are going to be blessed in 2024 with Infected Rain and yourself hitting the stage with Dragon Force.
Yes.
And Bloodstock. Now, Bloodstock is, I've never been, and I keep saying every year, because I go to Download Festival, I keep saying every year, I'm going to go. But this year, I've got to go, because I want to see you live up on our stage. And,
thank you. It's different experience for sure. Thank you so much. I was so happy to hear the news when you know, they confirmed us for this festival. It's a big deal in the metal industry, and also a big deal for us as a band to be part of this festival. Also, we will visit some more UK during the 2024. Some dates are already announced. On others, we are working on. It's been a lot of years. Last time we've been there was 2019, which is 5 years ago now. Can't believe it. And so yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's not quite easy for citizens of Moldova to get visas for many countries, including the UK. But it's doable. It's just a lot of time and a lot of work, you know, consuming. And we are hoping that this year we can, you know, spoil ourselves with some UK fans.
Oh, without a doubt, it's like I've been checking ever since the first interview we did. I've been like, I've got, when are they coming over? When are they coming over? And it's like 2024 is that opportunity for me to see yourselves up on stage.
Thank you.
It is, and for me to be able to experience Bloodstock the same time, that's going to be something special for myself, because like I say it every single year, but I keep going, right, I'm going to go. But something always creeps up and I'm unable to attend. But this year I am there. No matter what, I'm going to be there. When it comes to festivals, what are you playing a lot of festivals around Europe this year, or?
Almost every year we do, and a lot of them are new festivals that are just starting. A lot of them are festivals that have been around already for like 15 or more than 20 years. Festivals are definitely quite big and important in Europe, but we are hoping slowly to be part of some festivals in America as well. Now, this is going to be our first UK festival as well, which is super, super awesome. Festivals are important for bands, just like club shows are. There's no way one is more important than other, especially if you still have to put your name out there, you know, and you are at that level where a lot of people know and appreciate your art, but, you know, you still have to gain more listeners and more attention towards your art. This is the way to go, because small clubs give you a lot of intimacy and a lot of connection with people. You literally can see everybody in the eyes, no matter how, I mean, you know, small to medium venues I'm talking about, obviously not talking arenas, because those for me are quite like festivals when we play there. And festivals are very important because of the number of people that can see you at the same time, people that maybe never heard of you, people that maybe were dragged there by their friends and they are so excited to see you because they've heard so much about you. People that are there for work. We've gained a lot of fans that actually were volunteers at festivals or actually working at festivals. Hell, you know how funny it is? Our bass player, Alice, actually was working at a Summer Breeze Festival many years ago when my band was performing there. And she was a photographer at the time working for Metal Hammer Italy. So she took our like everything like that, and she knew about us, and she was there actually with her amazing mom that is super metalhead, and they remember that show and watching us, and now she's in our band. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's amazing.
It's very amazing. I got to meet in person a lot of musicians and artists that I've been following since I was a teenager myself, which is very exciting and you know, it's important to do both, definitely.
It's like what you said there about the importance of festivals for your fans, but also for people which haven't heard the band. Last year at Download, I got so I went went down to the front of, I don't normally go down the front, but there was about 4 or 5 bands I had never heard of. And I was coming away from there going, they're good. They're really good. And then going out then and buying a CD and things like that. So festivals are so important to get that opportunity to listen to new music, as well as the big ones like Judas Priest or Kiss and all that. It's it's I think it's more important for the smaller bands than the big ones, which can fill arenas and stadiums whenever they feel like it. But with the smaller bands, they're playing in front of biggish crowds. And I find festivals are far more important for that than maybe.
They are. But I want to tell you, especially if you are in this industry as a musician, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Clubs are very important too. Being on tour and being consistent and being visually and how to say, I forgot the word for hearing. Forgot the word for that, but like if people hear and see of you or about you a lot, gives them the reason to go check you out. And that works for clubs as well. Let's say you live in London, in UK London, and you see passing by or going to work a banner of a band that's coming there. And now you mentally, subconsciously, that information somewhere is there. And then next time you see it in a different city or in your own city after a year, like, hey, I've heard of them. I've seen them before. They come here. I should check them out or something. It's all connected. There's literally nothing, only doing nothing will keep you from succeeding as an artist. But doing a lot in all the revenues, visually, musically, shows, presence, even connections, just make sure you do right connections, because metal industry, just like any other industry, it has its ups and downs with, people that want to gain more from you than give and stuff like that, like every other job. There's things that you have to be careful with, avoid, and, but it's very important to be active, because nowadays with the era of internet being so powerful.
Yeah, definitely. Before I let you go, your modeling career, oh my God, you're flying. Do you enjoy doing your modeling side?
Very much, yes. I love it very much. I started modeling when I was 19. It was for fun, to be honest, when I tried it in the beginning, but I was surrounded by models and photographers a lot because of the career path I chose before I chose to become a musician. I was a hair and makeup artist, so the beauty industry was surrounding me in a way or another. And eventually started taking also pictures with photographers that I already worked with and I felt comfortable with. And understood that I really like it, and it's another form of art, and I create my own looks. I go from my own type of vibe of whatever I want to achieve, and I'm blessed to also work with creative people. It gives really good results. I really like it. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's because you're very photogenic. That might be true, but what I think, in my opinion, makes it that like I have the result I have is because I know because I create my own looks, and I in front of camera never really made me shy. I don't know why, I just never had that, but I have other problems of my own. I'm not, but that just I guess embrace myself in that moment, and I'm not afraid to look ugly. I'm not afraid to look half naked. I'm not afraid to look, funny. I'm not afraid to look gory. I just have fun. That's all, And I know that it brings a level of satisfaction when you see the results and you're like, oh, That's so awesome, when the photographer actually could capture that emotion that you were going for. I
Yeah,
like it a lot. Thank you. And I've been blessed with very supportive fans. And thanks to them, I started printing calendars. I believe
yeah.
it's number 6 now with calendars. And yeah, a lot of people encouraged me to do like an actual like coffee table book with the history of my modeling, which I should put together because it's really interesting, the
Yeah.
transformation, the ideas, and the people I worked with. Maybe eventually I will.
Well, I started as a model photographer, but I've always been a metalhead ever since I was in school. And the one thing which my modeling photography started seeping into the music photography, and I class them both now as the same, because when I was doing model photography, to me it was like rock and roll, but now I'm doing rock and roll.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a couple of female singers in the UK which do modeling as well, like yourself, and
Beautiful.
I try to support them as much as I can, because I just feel it's so important, and it's not about, especially for me, it's not about um, nakedness or erotic or anything like that. I taking a photo of somebody who shows, like you say, emotions. Trying to capture that is so important for me.
Yeah.
And
It's for sure.
yeah, and so like I say, I try to support them as much as I can. And like you say, you do calendars. So I buy the calendars. I'll buy the photo prints and things like that. I've even gone out and bought costumes which they've worn on stage.
Yeah, yeah.
And because for me, I look at it and I just think, I look at an artist right at the beginning and where they can be. And for me, to own a piece of memorabilia like that means
Absolutely. And
so much.
is absolutely. I definitely had an idea, some years ago to maybe put together everything I have as memorabilia from important moments in the Infected Rain's career, and I don't know, somehow display them. But
Yeah,
then I thought about, this should not even belong to me. This should belong to big fans and big supporters. And we
yeah,
started away certain things or auctioning other things, and use that money in the benefits of band, and it makes uh, people happy, and it benefits the band to move on. And it's really, really interesting, and I thank you, for your support, and I'm sure all the artists that you support are insanely thankful and grateful for you and for your support. And often it's not just money, because as I said, we gave away a lot of free stuff as well, just for
yeah,
people that have so much support and so much presence in our career, often without even spending much money, just by being genuine, being loving, being
yeah,
thoughtful, spreading the word. And if your financial situation allows you to buy that extra CD or to buy that extra
yeah,
signed photo, just I'm have the peace of mind that you are making a difference on a different level, and all this income helps this machine go
yeah.
further, you know
It,
uh, so
it's like, for myself, since COVID and the difficulties which bands had because they couldn't go out and earn their money by playing and all that, I I was doing this all the way through that period. And the one thing which I always told everyone on any platform is that it's so important. If you just go out and buy a CD, buy a T-shirt, buy something, because it helps the band, but it's also, like I say, it's a part of history. Even even just a T-shirt, because somebody put up on Facebook the other day about Vixen, the band, and when the only time they've ever played in the UK, and I was at one of those concerts, and my mate was at the concert. Both of us were there, and I was like, "Ah, fucking hell!" I said, "Look at this poster. We were at that concert, and it was like in the I think it was in the 90s, either the late 80s or early 90s. I think it was the late 80s. But for me, like I used to have I'm photographing at Wembley Arena in March. Now, for me, the very first concert I went to was at Wembley Arena.
Got it.
So me photographing there, it's like, yeah, it's like I look at it as though, oh, if I was a musician playing Wembley Arena, that's gonna be up there with so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I will tell you a fast little story that is very connected to what you just said, but I will tell you this story from the behalf of the musician. So now during COVID, we all know that the entertainment and everybody in the show business had to wait the longest to go back into working and doing what they, because a big gathering were not allowed for a long time. So going on tour, even flying from one country to another, started being out way later. Now everybody I knew was already back to work, and it's been years, right? It's almost 2 years that the musicians couldn't play shows. I was very lonely when COVID started. I was going through a lot of personal stuff that I was still figuring out my life, and it was little life-changing moments that I was going through before COVID started even. And then COVID happened and I was alone, so far from my band, so far from my family. I had depression, and I am not ashamed to admit that, because it was just very scary. I did not know if I'm gonna have enough money to even pay for my bills, to be honest. I didn't know if I would have enough sanity to go for that long without music, even on that level. Now, only and strictly because of the love and support of the fans, of everything I've created throughout the years with Infected Rain, with side projects, with photography, people that really believed in me and already were subscribed and signed to more than just the free social media. And I'm talking about places where you can actually support your artists, even with just $1 a month. You know, places where you can just know more than just what the artist is sharing on social media. And I already at the time had Patreon for a while. I had my YouTube channel. So I was encouraged to do more by my fans in you know, and in response, they were so supportive that I was able to focus, build my own vocal studio in my own house, and start singing, recording some more, only because of their love and support, and because they wanted to make a difference. I obviously gave them a lot in return, but they were there, and those names of those people that were there for me are printed on my lyric book that happened because of their love and support. And they only had to basically pre-order something that I didn't have enough money to even accomplish, because COVID happened. Was in you know, it was something that I was planning to do for a while, considering that I will have enough to invest in printing, you know, or whatever. And that, and then the support, and I not only I had enough you know, to pay my bills, eat, but I also had a little extra to build my own vocal studio by myself with my own hands and start learning how to record myself, start learning how to invest in my own skill and sing and be creative. So mentally, I don't go to that dark place anymore. And I know that that believe in me, and I'm not doing that only for them, of course. Of course I'm doing it for my own mental sanity and for my own reasons. But that support, that extra help can make such a big difference. I was in such a bad mindset that I was suffering from insomnia for months. I was supposed to be medicated. It was very bad, but I was able to get out of it slowly because of the support and the help. It's very emotional, but I'm telling you from the behalf of the artist, everything you do matters. Everything you as a fan, as a supporter, as a listener, as a believer do.
It's like with yourself talking about mental health, like I'm ex-British Army, and I got diagnosed back in 2012 with PTSD and severe mental illness for my time out there. And photography saved my life, really did save my life. And all I done was reach out to a band, Magnum, because they would play in my town. If I could just come along and just take some photos. And they were absolutely fantastic. And going from that little venue to now photographing at Wembley Arena in such a in 4 years, it, like, for me, it's I can only thank the record labels, the bands, because I've got, like what you were saying about the difficulties sometimes with touring. I'd never ever been on a tour bus until I'd done this and I'd done some interviews, and I was, good God, it's so cramped in these tour buses, and it's like I had to bend down, and I was like, wow. But I can understand why bands want to do it, because it's all about experience and it's all about meeting the fans. And like, if an opportunity came about where I could meet the band, like some of them like do meet and greets and all that, I jump at that opportunity, because that band which I go to see or I photograph give their little part in saving my life. And like I would sell photos of, I would get in contact with the bands and say, look, is it okay if I sell these prints? The money wouldn't go to me, it would go to a military charity, like Scotty's Little Angels, which is for children which have lost their parents through conflict and things like that. And I'm forever thankful every single day when I get an opportunity to talk to a band, talk to an artist like yourself, and I got to pinch myself every single day. I'd say thank you to everyone. The labels, they do so much for me, and they don't know me or anything. But
I'm proud of you. You reach out to the right people. You surrounded yourself with the right opportunities, and you went for your dream. You went for what speaks to you, touches you. It's the same for us in music. See you at our shows and see you at the meet and greet, and feel free to grab that camera and take as many pictures as you want. I want to see how you're gonna see us.
I've spoken to the label. I'm still waiting back a confirmation, but I will be at that concert, and I will be
also
snapping away as much.
also suggest you and whoever is watching, if you are a photographer or a videographer and you want to capture certain moments like that, often it's not in our power, but we can at least try. It's not our tour. We are gonna, you know, we are
Yeah.
gonna have headliners that we will have to confirm everything with, but often it's not a problem, especially if we have one or two that come from our end only, and you know, they also can have pictures or whatever. We can try. So I always encourage people to please reach out to the band's email, and we are in charge of our own email, nobody else, and we will make everything possible. The tour manager will make everything possible to make it happen. Now again, not everything is in our power, but often it's easier than you think and actually can benefit both. So
Yeah.
just in brain1@gmail.com is the email of the band. You can even mention that you mentioned it to me, and yeah, we are in charge of our own. Okay.
Thank you so much for
Of
that.
course.
Finally, I'll let you go. What have yourself got planned? The band, as we know, is going to be touring a lot, especially at festivals. What plans have you got? Have you got any side projects planned and more modeling? And
actually, there's a lot going on with Infected Rain, and 2024 is going to be a very new type of experience for us. We have new people on board on our team that will hopefully help us with a next level of presentation of the band, hopefully next level of promotion of the band, and so on. Great people. We are very excited to start working with them. Also, our 6th album called Time comes out February 9th, as I mentioned, which is a big for us because it's our first album with the new lineup that we have. New music videos will come out that are from songs from this album as well. Now, we are starting this year very awesome because actually next week, let me see here. Yeah, next week, in the end of the week, I fly to Miami because we are going to be part of a metal festival on cruise, which is something that we've never done before. I'm talking about 70,000 tons of metal, and we are super excited and nervous about it, but this is how we started the year with this cruise, and then we will go on tour in Europe with Amaranth and Dragon Force, and after that a lot of festivals in the summer, and hopefully some big surprises for autumn. We are still working on it, as I mentioned. Hopefully some more dates in the UK, and yeah, we want to present this album as best as we can.
Well, this has been amazing speaking to you once again. Good luck with the album.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see you live in, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to be Bristol. So I will be there with my camera snapping away. But thank you so much for this. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful end of your day. And cuddle a little some more that puppy of yours.
He's chewing.
We'll see that.
He's chewing the grate from out the front. He brings it in. And if I go out and leave him, I come back and all my shoes are in the living room.
Oh, of course. Just throwing it.
Yeah, he says hello to your dog, to your little doggy, and
thank you.
And I hope to speak to you soon again.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, take care.